All right, here we go. So I'm gonna have you guys follow along. I'm gonna make a dirt hole set right here for a coyote. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm not a professional trapper. I've caught a few. I've been trapping for a while. So this is a power line running here. There's also a four-wheeler trail going down and a heavy used deer trail coming down off of the mountain. So it's kind of like a four-way crossing here, we'll call it. And I'm going off to the side of the actual power line because I don't want no deer stepping in it. And I'm going to use this little clump. I'm going to jazz it up a little bit with a log, just to have a little bit of a sight attractor for anything passing by. And we'll go ahead and start. It's temperature-wise today's was about 10 degrees this morning. It's probably, I don't know, in the 20s by now. So ground is frozen solid. I have some dry dirt. I didn't do much preparing this year for trapping. I dug some dirt underneath our porch and sifted it. I have some unionized salt I'm going to use to also help keep from everything freezing up overnight. So we'll get started. I'm using a trap-wise. I'm using a BMI K9 woofer. It's offset jaws. It's 4-coiled, center swiveled. Also, it has a night latch, and so these are a really good trap. I don't even know if you can get them anymore, to be honest with you. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig my trap bed. Here's my log I'm going to use. So I'm going to have it right in here. It's going to be a dirt hole set. So wherever I put my dirt hole, for coyotes, I always come back at least 9 or 10 inches. I set the trap back. For foxes, I go a little closer. Coyotes have a longer stride than a fox, so I always set the trap back. They can stand and put their nose down in the dirt hole, and their feet will be back a lot further than what a fox would. And my dirt hole, I just go down in at an angle and dig. I go down in. I like to get the hole, and I make it where they can't see the bottom of the hole. I really don't want them. You don't want them to see the bottom in case you're putting any type of bait or lure in there. You want them to actually work it and get down in there, and you want them to be moving their feet around as they're trying to get down in the bottom of the hole. Better chance of them stepping on the trap. So I got my hole dug. I'm going to measure. I'm going to put the trap bed right about here. So I'm going to dig my trap bed out. The ground is frozen. Dig it about the size of your trap. Move this dirt to the side. I go down about 2 inches. Hardest thing is going to be pounding this stake in as many rocks as there are around here. I throw a handful of dry dirt down in the bottom of my trap bed. I'll go ahead and pound my stake in. Hopefully I can find a spot. And it'll go. Make sure your swivel stays up. You don't want to pound your swivel down in. Okay, got that in. Now what I'll do is I'll set the trap. These traps I boiled, dyed and waxed these about, I'm going to say 2 years ago. Like I said, I didn't really plan on trapping this year, but I seen a bunch of coyote tracks up here the other day, so thought that I'd go ahead and maybe set a couple traps and see if I can't nab one. Help the turkey population out some. I'm gonna get a couple small leaves and just use as a pan cover. You can buy pan covers, they make screen ones. You can also get little sponge cut things, that little sponge that goes underneath your pan, but it's all to keep the dirt from going underneath the pan, so the trap will go off once the pan goes down. Just got a couple leaves. Get out of the way. Over the pan. I have had traps go off on my fingers. You want to make sure this trap's bedded nice and solid. I'm just bedding it, pressing the dirt, packing the dirt in around it. Dry dirt. I'm under the porch. Now I'm going to use a little bit of, it's uniodized salt. I think I said before, to help keep it from everything from freezing up around it. And I'll put a couple layers of that salt on while I'm making this set. Okay. So I just take my back of my hand, smooth everything out. Try to make it look natural. Bring some dirt in from the edges. You can also use a broom to do this. I know guys that use just a small little broom, and they brush everything over. Now what I'll do is I take just a little bit of the dirt that I dug up, not much, and just a little bit go over top to blend that dirt in. I always put a little pile of dirt along the one edge just to kind of guide them into the trap. Put some dirt back here like it was something digging up. I'm going to get a little bit more salt. And I'm going to put some lure there. Let's see what I got here. I got some I got a little bit of Leggets canine exciter. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I just did a couple squirts down in that hole. And that's all I'm going to do with this. Hope I taught somebody something. And I'll let you know how I make out. Hopefully we catch a big coyote here.